In today's lesson, we are going to run a rack of 9 ball. We will discuss the possible patterns and what English to use on the cue ball and why. In addition, I will show you the angle of each shot and you will also see the ghost ball. And as always, I'm showing you where exactly I'm hitting the cue ball and this time also how hard I'm hitting. So let's start. I'm using the cut break here. That means after contact with the 1 ball, the cue ball should go into the rail and then move right in English towards the center of the table. Okay, the cut break didn't work perfectly. That's because I hit a little too thick. That means the cue ball didn't have enough energy to go into here and towards the center. But nevertheless, we made some balls and we have a shot on the 1 ball. Before we continue, pause the video right now and figure out how you would run this rack. So let's first look at the angle we have. So we are almost straight. We have no further problems on the table, but what we have to think about is getting from the 2 to the 3 already, because from the 1 ball, we want the right angle to go to the 3 ball. We're looking at the 2 ball, and I think if we're just stunning the cue ball in, we either have a shot, if it comes too short, into the corner pocket. If we're coming too far, we maybe have a shot into the side and can follow for the 3 ball. So let's check the angle once again to make a clear decision. Well, I think I'm gonna stun out towards here to play the 2 ball into the side pocket to get down table for the 3 ball. Did we get the right angle? Yes, we got the right angle. If you would have been here, it would be really difficult, still makeable, but we have the right angle. That means, let's show you the angle first. We can just follow the cue ball, go into this rail here and get position for the 3. But we're not just trying to get position for the 3, of course, because if we're getting straight, we will have a hard time getting to the 4. So now we're thinking about which angle we want on the 3 ball to get nicely to the 4. Either this angle works or this angle works. I think this is a little bit easier because we're going towards the 4 ball. But this is also possible if we have this angle. We can go 2 rails towards the 4 and to the side. So let's look at the straight line. This is the straight line. We don't want to be here. And from the angle I have, I think it's easier to go somewhere towards here. That means I'm looking at the rail and I see this point here at this diamond. And if I connect this diamond with the 3, I have an imaginary line where I want to be. So when down at the 2 ball, I can always look at this diamond and know where I want to be on the table. So that's my point. I can see this point clearly from here. And now I'm just following the ball, maybe a touch of left hand English. And as you see, this is the line from the diamond. The cue ball is almost on that line, even a little further, which is perfect here. So now again, we want to know which angle we want to have on the 4 ball to get nicely onto the 5. And I think if we're straight into the corner pocket, we can play a stop shot. Can play almost a stop shot on the 5, draw a little back, and we have a nice angle on the 8. So if we can get that right angle on the 4 ball, we will have a very easy rack left because we just have stop shots then. So this is almost the match winner if we can get a nice position here on the 4-ball. Let me show you the angle first that we have on the 3-ball. The easiest would be, we have two options, either just stun towards here or also go into the rail from here and towards here. If we're stunning it, that means we're following the tangent line. It's just a stop shot. And if we want to go into this rail, we have to hit above center. I think I'm going for the stun. Just stun the cue ball over towards here to have a, in the perfect case, a straight shot on the 4-ball. Hopefully we didn't get too far. Yeah, we got a little too far if you look at the angle. But we're pretty close to the 4-ball. That means we can pretty much hold the cue ball. That means we have to play a little fuller into the pocket, not that much because you don't want to miss completely, and just play very, very low on the cue ball, because that way you can have a very soft stop shot. The lower you play, the softer you can play your stop shot. If I'm just playing a little below center, then I have to hit really hard. But if I'm hitting very low on the cue ball, I can hit much softer and still get a stop shot. Looking at the 5, all I have to concentrate here is to hold the cue ball. Yeah, I even drew the cue ball a little bit and I hit it too much into the right part of the pocket. That's why the cue ball ended up here. But still, this is almost perfect. Let's look at the angle. Two choices: play a really soft draw shot, drawing back, or go into the rail. If I look at the angle, I think I'm just going into the rail and back towards somewhere right here, where I definitely can see the 8-ball. All right, we're at the center of the table. We're not straight. We have a tiny bit of an angle. We now have two choices. We can play it very soft, hold it somewhere here. But I think that's not the most, the easiest shot in the world to play it into the side. That's why I'm trying to get back again for the 9 into this corner pocket. And yeah, we have two choices. Playing a follow shot with inside English or with right hand English. Inside English means the cue ball would go towards here, towards this rail, and then towards here. Right hand English, of course, means towards here and then back with just hitting one rail. And I think I'm going to use outside English because inside English, as you may know from my earlier videos, is not the easiest task. So all I'm concentrating now is getting here, looking at the straight line on the 9-ball, which is from the side pocket to the corner pocket, this line. So again, I have that point where I know, if I'm here, I have a perfect shot on the 9-ball. Don't forget to chuck. Well, this was very dangerous. I have a perfect angle, But this was very dangerous because I added too much right-hand English. That means I came too close towards the 9. And the problem is, the cue ball would just have come 1 ball length too short. I would have had no shot on the 9 ball. And even 1 ball length too far would have been a very difficult shot. And if I'm further away, this 1 ball length doesn't make that big of a difference. But luckily, I had the right amount of speed. And I'm just playing the 9 ball in with a stun shot here. Okay, that was a pretty solid wreck, I guess. In the comment section of my latest video, Abdullah asked if age matters, if you put a lot of work into it, and if you still can become a professional. Well, first of all, nothing is impossible. So if you dedicate your life 100% around pool, that means working several hours a day on your game, watching pool videos on YouTube, taking lessons with a coach, going to tournaments, finding a sponsor, and doing everything you can, then you maybe can get a professional as well. But the problem is, the older you get, the more difficult it will become to become a professional in any sports or in anything you do. Because you have to start at a young age, because there you can learn a lot faster. For example, if you're starting with 30, and there is a guy who started with 11 or 12 years, he has 18 years of more experience and 18 more years to learn this game. So he has a huge advantage. Take me for example, I started with the age of 22. Before that, yeah, I played sometimes with friends, with my dad, but with the age of 22, I finally joined a club and got a coach, and now I'm 30 years old. That means I'm playing around 8 to 9 years now. And to be honest, I don't think that I can become a professional. Maybe, just maybe, but for that I would have to quit my job, taking lessons, finding a sponsor, going to tournaments all over the world to get some experience. Nothing is impossible, that's true, but it's getting hard. But if you want to try it, if you have financial freedom that you can do it, then yeah, take a chance. I know, I can understand it. If you love pool, we all love pool obviously. I could play pool every day, 24/7, all the time, so I can understand if you want to make it to the big stage in pool, of course. Okay, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, consider to leave a thumbs up, leave me a comment or share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to my sponsors, thanks to my patrons, thanks to you, and as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.